one has to become again fully established in the self. When I say one, who is this one I'm referring to? It is the consciousness that still has some leftover noise from identity, because identity doesn't just leave completely. The fragrance or the odor of it still hangs around a little bit, and it's got some tendrils that are, really fast growing. I mean, quickly it seems to again create the sense of a persona and everything like that. This is the most crucial and critical time in what we would call like sadhana, which is when one's practicing, one's looking, one's intense scrutiny, intense probing into, not just once, but twice and thrice and fourth time and fifth time, to keep proving and reproving your seeing. Where I say you have to digest your seeing, because otherwise there is a joy element to discovering that you're not the person. And sometimes we go off joyriding in that state for a little bit. But almost certainly at some point you'll crash again. You'll come into a sense of crashing. But in some beings, the intensity or the impact of the seeing is so powerful that the psychological self is driven back so powerfully that it takes quite a while for it to start seeping back into the picture, as it were, And I used to have a little a pond I made in my garden, a very small garden here in London. And at one time I had this thing about making a pond and putting fishes in it. And it worked actually for about nearly a year. And someone gave me some duckweed. I don't know if you call it duckweed.
Yeah.
They gave me some because I wanted to put some plants in it and things. They put this duckweed, and in a short time, it was completely covered over. It looked like a golf course, this little thing like this. And
Poor fish, nowhere to go.
Well, the people came and they said, "Wow, what's going on here? A mini golf course or what?" And I said, "Actually, there's water there, And we throw a little pebble in. You throw the pebble in, and the whole thing would just open up like this, and clear water, and the fishes swimming on it would come. But after a few minutes, you see it slowly closing back up again. And a little bit of something like this is happening, where the psychological identity seems blown apart or blown off by the impact of the seeing. But if it is not kept up, or in a sense, then it just drifts back, the noise again of the sense of personhood is drifting back. At a later stage, when the seeing is much more mature, this drifting in and out becomes less and less significant, to the point where at a certain point it doesn't even register as happening anymore.
Yes.
But in the early stages, it is important to follow through and keep looking, because the mind, in the character of what I'd call the distractor or some distracting energy, it's not going to give up that easily. It seems to come back in, and I sometimes point out that there seems to be there's a force inside that seems to hold our attention, or to keep the attention only upon our physical being, and our sort of like daily existence and so on. And there's a force inside that turns towards the heightening of consciousness and so on.